Okay, let's talk about the powers of Remmick, this very powerful Irish vampire who we see in the film Sinners. Now, of course, he has blood domination or soul siphoning. This is classic energy drain, cultural vampirism, and linked in a couple of ways to West African belief systems, and then the idea of the strigoi of Romanian vampiric myth. He doesn't just feed on blood, but creativity, vitality, cultural essence. And when he feeds, the victim doesn't die. They're just empty. They become soulless, unable to play the music that they did or speak truth again. His victims are often left as pale husks that join his rank of mindless thralls, mirroring how whitewashed culture extracts versions of black cultures, repeating it and spreading it without the soul, the fiber of it. He also has a form of psychic seduction, very, very powerful. This is a big part of his set. You would call it hypnotic glamour, and we've heard that term in other vampire lores, but also supernatural charisma. Now, we could link this all the way back to Mesopotamian myths when we talk about Lilith, or the idea of the succubus and the incubus type of seduction. He doesn't need to attack. He convinces you to surrender, which is different. This glamour charm works especially on those who are weak-minded or desperate for things such as fame or recognition. And this recognizes this or echoes this theme of dealing with the devil, this entire trope. So it melds perfectly with this ideology for this particular down south mythology. Now, he also has the ability to shadow meld or night walk. So he can move as a shadow form with astral movement. This mirrors some things that we see out of the Yoruba trickster Ishu and the Greek Hecate's dark travels. He can step into shadows and vanish, reappearing almost anywhere. His movements through darkness symbolize how oppression moves quietly through systems, always present but rarely confronted directly. He also has a varying form of power, a white flame that we see. This is unholy fire is what it represents, or anti-life energy. This is not your typical hellfire because it incinerates the very spirit. It doesn't just kill, it erases, literally merging through things like time and space. Whatever it touches is forgotten. It is cultural erasure, which is very symbolic when you look at the overall theme of the film. Now, this is something he tries to use on Sammy's guitar without the effect, but we hear it scream as it's being burned. He also has a form of sonic reversal. This is something new that we hadn't taken about. This is sound wave inversion. This is anti-Orisha vibration energy. So when Sammy plays, he counters with reverse sound. This is bass stretch. It's guttural. It's a hum that corrupts melodies. It causes nausea, fear, confusion. This is a battle of frequencies. This is soul versus void in what he's representing. Very powerful ideology. Now, he also possesses immortality and regeneration, kind of standard for vampires as those rules apply, but amplified. He heals almost instantly unless burned by holy symbols imbued with ancestral power, like a charm from the old blues architect or a church bell forged by enslaved hands. Now, one of his main abilities, which really stands out, of course, is his cultural mimicry. And this is something that is not only symbolic, but that carries beyond this into other cultural aspects. He has shape-shifting and identity theft. He can copy others, particularly black performers, but when he performs, these are soulless imitations. His voice is slightly off, his playing is too perfect to be human. It's an echo of stolen art with none of the soul or pain that goes behind it. Now, fortunately for us, these type of vampires do have significant weaknesses, and the ancestral sound is one of their primary weaknesses. Music that is tied to pain and resistance, like from the fields, blues played with emotion. These things repel him. Truth-telling, he cannot bear to hear the truth spoken by someone with power. So poets, preachers, they can wound him if they speak from their gut. And daylight, but not just merely sunlight like traditional vampires, but hopeful light. Love, light that has love or powerful imagery. Light that has love, powerful emotion, hopefulness is the bane of such a vampire. Again, a classic vampire type that we haven't seen brought in modern filmmaking or storytelling, but we see it here in this character. I wanted to highlight it. Very, very powerful being, can be handled if we know the rules to the game. Thank you again for stopping in. If you have more to add, please do so in the comment section.